Is it okay, Kate? Can you check, please?
Yeah, of course. Just give me a second. I think it's loading, but I think, yeah, all should be good to go.
Okay, so let's kickstart today's pitching session, guys. I see we have a lovely group of Web3 projects here today. We have investors, and very glad to see you all here. I hope everyone is great and back to base after token 2049. I expect a lot of you here did travel to Singapore last week, so I hope you enjoyed it as well. A reminder to all our founders today to share the screen with their pitch deck, and you will have 5 minutes to pitch. Afterwards, our investors can ask their questions, provide some feedback, give some tips. And we are live, so please don't share anything extra confidential. Keep your aces for the one-to-one calls with the VCs. So let's begin with some introductions from the investor side. And we can start with maybe Pablo, do you want to begin from Magix Capital? Give us some intro of your investment thesis, what you're currently looking for in the market, and yeah.
Yes, sure. Thank you. I think some people here are pretty familiar with our company, but for the new ones, I would like to tell you just a little bit about us. Magix Capital is a pretty young company. We started early this year. Our main focus is infrastructure, DeFi, and GameFi, but we are pretty agnostic. It might be almost anything from Web3. Usually, we are not really into RWA projects and launchpads. That's basically it. We already invested in, I think, 14 projects this year. Some of the projects are ZFi, Magpie, Folks Finance, Analog, Blastrol, Pentagon Games, Merlin Starter, a few more. And I think that's basically it about us. One more thing, I think for some project it might be important. We invest only in tokens through SAFT. We don't do equity. And that's it. Thanks.
Perfect. Thanks, Pablo. Thank you also for clarifying your preferable investment vehicle, which is SAFTs. So that's great. And we can move on with Vinkas, maybe from Founderheads. He can provide us with more detail of his investment thesis and what they're looking currently in the market.
Yes, sure. So I'm Vincas from Founderheads. We are seed pre-seed VC based in Lithuania, Europe. But we will invest all across the world, all across the verticals. We do invest only into token rounds, or at least some kind of token element has to be there, such as token warrant. And recently we have been investing into a lot of infrastructure and privacy projects in Q1, Q2. We also have some gaming in our portfolio, such as D-Race, which is like Ziki Race now, one of the top projects of last year. And also, we are overall vertical agnostic and can provide some value using our connections across the VC space, launchpads, and HR assistants.
Perfect, thank you. Joy, could you provide us with some more information regarding Gate?
Hi guys, pleasure to meet. So basically for Gate, we are predominantly still the exchange. So this is Joy from Gate Labs. We are the investment, but we are also the listing arm. So we mainly look at primary token investment. Like the rest, we have a preference for tokens, but we are able to do safe with token warrant on a case-by-case basis. We don't have a certain preference, but for us, we are always happy to look at all projects.
Perfect, thank you. I see also Valeria from WebVice just joined us. Hey, Valeria.
Yes, hi everyone. Thanks for inviting. I would like to share a couple words about our company. Since 2017, we've been operating in the cryptocurrency sphere. Now we have an asset management fund that manages funds providing liquidity in DeFi. Speaking about our interest, we are interested in infrastructure projects, DeFi projects, as well as projects related to real-world assets. Additionally, we are open to considering NFT projects. Our interest spans both equity and tokenized investments, with particular attention to projects with clear business models that can demonstrate how they plan to generate revenue. So we are focused on startups at the seed stage and beyond, probably pre-seed stage projects also. I guess that's just a couple words. Thank you.
Perfect,
your
thank you very
attention.
much.
Thanks.
Pleasure to have you here with us today as well. And Vlad, I see Vlad joined from 3x Capital. Hi, Vlad. Can you hear us? I suppose he is on non-speaking mode. Sebastian from AQM, I hope he can hear us. Are you able to speak?
Yeah, you just caught me walking into the office. It's kind of early here in Vancouver. But yeah, so Sebastian, I work with Aquanow's investment team. So Aquanow, the parent company, provides trading and payment APIs for financial service businesses that want to enable crypto on their platforms. And we do that all over the world. And then when it comes to the investment side, we've got two funds that we manage. One is like a digital yield fund, which is comprised mostly of over-collateralized crypto loans. And then the other is an early stage venture fund, of course. We're actually almost fully deployed, so we've got like 30 some odd companies in the portfolio now. It's kind of cool. It's like changed my day-to-day from doing pitch days and intro meetings all the time to now a mix of that, as well as like helping support the investment companies that we've made investments in. And it's pretty cool. We've been the feedback's been pretty unanimous that while we're not the biggest check in the cap table, we do help the most, and so that's a brand that I'm really happy to kind of withhold with us. And typically we're focused on things like infrastructure, which is not L1s and L2s. It'd be like more like middleware, dev tooling, SaaS, that kind of thing. Data and analytics, and then the one that's not always super popular is like compliance technologies as well. Pre-seed, seed investing, and yeah, like I said, while we're almost fully deployed in this fund, we're already kind of working on the early stages of fundraising for the second one, and looking forward to seeing all the presentations today. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us also, Sebastian. Always a pleasure. I see Raghu from Bring, his AFK. Also, a short reminder, if any of you guys are on non-speaking mode, you can also write your questions on the chat and I can provide it to the founders. And so let's move on with Ilya. Ilya, do you want to provide us with a short intro of PrimeLink and CLS?
Yeah, sure. Sure. We supporting the companies for different stage, like investment, marketing, launch, supporting. We already invest in about 9 projects from the beginning of this year. Don't have any special preferences, only looking for exactly what the companies can bring to the crypto world, around the communities and so on. So I can wish you all the good luck to the projects and hope we will find the games for each of us. Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. And last but not least, I hope I didn't forget anyone. Evan from Rollman Management. Do you want to provide us with a short intro of what you guys do?
Sure.
Yes.
Hi guys. Yeah, so we're partnering with InMind to essentially be a bridge between projects and VCs and investors. We have a big network of family offices based in Hong Kong and Dubai. We have VCs from all over the globe. So I'll keep it short, but we've partnered with InMind to help support the acceleration of projects who are fundraising in early stages. We are focused mainly on AI DePIN and RWAs right now, but yeah, I hope we can work together with InMind and have some fruitful success.
Perfect. Thank you. I think we can proceed with the juicy part of our today's session, which is the pitches from our founders, and we can give the stage to our lovely Gabby and Sabd. So yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so hi everyone. Introducing Sub.com, the ultimate AI-powered content creation platform. So hi, I'm Gabby. I'm the CEO and the co-founder at this project. I've been in the entertainment industry for well over a decade now, worked with some massive brands, including Monster Energy, Sky Sports, and I'm currently a top 1% earner on the leading content creation platforms. Joining us on our journey, although she's not on the call today, is Ashley. She's our USA growth lead. She's an international photographer, and she's worked with some of the biggest brands out there, including Netflix, HBO, Playboy, and has some big celebrity clients ranging from recording artists all the way through to Baywatch's Carmen Electra. So what are we building? We are building the ultimate AI-powered content creation platform that empowers creators with AI innovation. As I mentioned earlier, I have been a creator for over a decade now, and the reason why Subbed will succeed is because we've really experienced all the challenges that come with this industry firsthand. The current platforms out there that are leading the way are not creator-centric, and nobody has brought especially AI-driven innovation to this sector. So we're empowering creators with AI innovation through an AI personal assistant, where we clone the creator's voice and their personality. We use computer vision for image tagging, and we tokenize their content through something called Subbed keys. The AI agent industry is actually forecasted to be worth over $85 billion by 2032, and Subbed is really at the forefront of it, tokenizing content through AI creators. We have an in-house team right now of 25, including PhD machine learning engineers, developing our open source pipelines with proprietary IP and data. So creators can earn on Subbed by putting exclusive content behind a paywall, and they can charge a monthly recurring subscription fee. Further to this, they can upsell their most exclusive content as pay-to-views, and they can increase revenue further within their messaging feature, which is where all the magic happens. So we initially built Subbed to empower creators with an AI personal assistant as we started managing top earning creators, and we actually found that they're giving up to 70% of their monthly revenue away to a third-party agent. Looking into the future, we really saw the growing trend right now of the AI creator. And it takes a lot of time, effort, and skill for the average person to monetize from a consistent AI creator. So on Subbed, anybody can become an AI tokenized creator, customize and mint your own AI creator, and really set your creativity free. You can create a consistent character, hands down, better than any other platform out there right now. You can generate images to market your AI creator on social media, and then you can monetize and bring them onto Subbed. You can literally be whatever you want to be, fitness influencer, chef. You can really bring a face to a faceless brand, which is really ideal for the Web3 sector, especially when we start thinking about KOLs. Subbed keys is also something that I'm really, really excited about. So creators can actually make exclusive content and tokenize it through Subbed keys. Only the creator can decide how many keys can be minted, and then only the key holder can then actually view the content. The keys can be bought and sold on our NFT marketplace, and the creator can set their royalty fee. To really fully understand the token utility, first you need to understand what the user wants. We're a content creation platform. The user either wants to get closer to the creator, or they just want to see more content. And the tokenomics have really been designed to drive value into the token and to reduce the sell pressure. So you can use a Subbed token as a payment currency on platform. You can also use it to mint Subbed keys and AI creators. And by staking your token, you unlock more and higher quality content. We're also introducing a loyalty staking program to incentivize creators, to incentivize users to stake their tokens. So what's our plan? When are we going to market? So we're launching beta on the 31st of October, just coming up right now, 2024, with everything the real creator needs to make over 10,000 per month. So that's the AI personal assistant, the chatbot, the voice notes, and more features. And thanks to mine and the team's connections, we actually so far have a combined reach of 300 million through social media followings. We've already started onboarding high earning creators, and they are very, very excited to get cracking on with this platform. We're launching our AI creator part of the site in 2025, and we've got a limited supply to be minted. So let's talk numbers. What are we expecting? Year one, we're expecting 117 million in revenue, and we're going to use 60% of that profit to buy back and burn the token supply. We're raising 5.4 million in total. There's actually 900k left of seed at a 20 million valuation, and then 4.5 million at a 30 million valuation. And we've just, like everybody else, I'm sure, on this call, come back from Singapore Token 2049, and we're in due diligence with quite a few funds and investors right now. So we expect the round to be closed pretty soon. We've built up a really, really strong team of specialists, including Zen, who's our very own AI whisperer. He's the ex-CTO of some huge companies. And we've got a team of 17 developers working on this. There's myself, obviously been in the industry for a long time, and Ashley is leading growth in the USA. And the time is now for this platform with our connections and team. We would love to invite you on this journey with us, and I'm happy to take any questions and, of course, follow-up calls as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabby.
Thank you.
Thanks for the pitch and the excellent presentation.
Yeah, thank you. Born performer, that's me.
Do any of our investors have any questions? Anything they want to comment, provide some feedback? Feel free to unmute yourselves and ask away.
I can get it started. Why not?
Hi,
Okay.
Seb.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
Some of the, good. Finally made it to the office. Some of the parts of the platform are more, traditional content creation, or what you'd expect from like more traditional content creation, I guess. But there are these unique elements, and some of those unique elements are, vary in level of complexity considerably, I would say, right? And so for some of the more cutting edge stuff, like where are you at? Maybe just talk about some of the challenges you guys have had to deal with, overcome, or still stuck with when it comes to some of that the AI agents. Because I mean, like LLMs in general are kind of having a little, have made huge strides, but they're not perfect yet either. So I'm just kind of curious about how you guys are dealing with that.
Yeah, of course. So we're making our own fine-tuned LLMs. I don't want to go into too much detail, but we're not just using ChatGPT. We're fine-tuning our own LLMs, and it's definitely a conversation that I know if people want to delve into this deeper, we can bring on our CTO then. But this is recorded, so I don't want to give away too much of the secret recipe we're working on. But yeah, we are fine-tuning our own LLMs. Thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Anyone else, guys? Don't be shy. Okay, I see.
Yeah, can I ask one question? So you actually
yes.
planning to tokenize your content, your creators, and you mentioned you planning to earn like a lot of revenue in 3 years. And actually, how are you planning to compete with platforms, existing ones that is holding this big community, and how you actually plan to attach this user base from the different platforms to yours?
Yeah, so I think the main thing with content creation is that when you bring the content creators, the users, the subscribers that follow them will go wherever they go. As long as it's a seamless experience when they come onto the platform, the users will go wherever the creators go.
Okay, so you're planning that users will go or follow the content creators, and the platform will be represented to them.
Yeah, and also we have connections to some of the big managers, the managers that look after the content creators and manage their content, and we've already started onboarding them as well. So it's just a matter of fact of bringing them on and getting them excited about Sub and showing them how we can increase revenue through the AI technology that we have in-house.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, perfect. I think we can we can proceed with our second project and Functionland. So Exxon, if you can
Yep, hello.
share your screen, yeah, with your pitch deck. Perfect.
Okay, you see my screen, right?
We can see it, yeah.
Perfect. Hey everyone, I'm Ehsan, founder of Functionland, where we are building the largest user-owned data ecosystem. And it started, like 4 years ago, actually, where 900 people committed $500,000 to us to solve one problem, which was the central servers. They have very high switching costs, low transparency in terms and pricing. And now there is something called data gravity, which is a growing challenge and actually an opportunity, which means, like you can't really switch between these cloud providers. So we got that money, we got the attention of big names such as Outlier Ventures, Techstars, Filecoin, partnered with them to create a complex yet needed solution, which we call crowd storage. Actually, it's like the way it works is we created a set of protocols, which is called Fula. So you install this protocol on your machine, let's say your laptop, and start renting the storage of your device. So you start renting the storage, you start earning from it, but in the back end, the protocol aggregates all these small share spaces together. So it creates a large disk space, basically, from all the small spaces that are shared. And now we have libraries for application developers that they can use this space to create applications. So it's basically like a replacement of cloud. Instead of using one central server, we can aggregate any space that is shared through our protocol and create a larger disk space and enable application developers and content creators to use this space instead of a central server. The benefit for users is not only the cheaper prices, like up to 2 times cheaper, without any ads, but the full privacy that they get. So everything that you have is fully encrypted. You only have the encryption key, but also the protocol, besides encryption, takes care of data replication to make sure your data is always available, finding the closest places to store your data so that to ensure the fastest download and upload speed. And now you can upgrade yourself to become an owner instead of just being a user. And the thing is, like right now, Google and Apple, they are competing to get more users. On Apple, you get access to iCloud apps. On Google, you get access to Google Cloud apps. We don't need to really compete because you can be on Apple or Android and you still have access to the apps on both. The process is very simple. You go to Apple Store or Google Play. You download the applications that are available on the ecosystem, and you start using them exactly like a Web2 app. You pay with your credit card. In the back end, the payment is converted to tokens and distributed to storage providers and application developers. And now we are also presenting the first hardware that makes sure that the network is stable and we can tap into other projects who require node on the edge. This is a plug and play hardware. Like the designer is actually the most influential designer in the world per Forbes, called Yves Behar. And we created it to be able to tap into mainstream users who don't want to run scripts on their laptop, and like they prefer Apple TVs. So this is their home cloud, basically. And we sold right now about 1,000 of these nodes globally. We shipped it globally and delivered. All these nodes are running. In terms of traction, the GitHub is in the top 3% of projects worldwide. We have a network of reputable partners such as Protocol Labs, DoraHacks. Our applications are now more than 3,000, have more than 3,000 users, and we are partnering with high-profile applications, high-user applications like Amaze File Manager with 1 million users. The team itself has a proven track record. Me and Kayvon each have more than 20 years of experience in software and hardware. Massive is one of the core developers of Filecoin. We have the rest of the team members in business, marketing, tokenomics, and design, all being in high-profile companies, and Singularity, who is both helping us in the token launch and in the AI protocol. And this is some of our investors that we had in our previous rounds, including Protocol Labs and Filecoin themselves, Techstars, Outlier Ventures, and a couple of other prominent names. So now we are doing this round with a target of 3 million, with 1 million being hard committed so far. And the goal is to acquire 5,000 new hardware sales in the next 18 months and acquire 60,000 new software users, which gives us $14 million of revenue and makes us profitable. And we're going to do it through the partnerships and integrations that we have with other protocols. So, for example, with Rocket Pool and Koi Network, we are integrating to enable them to run nodes on the edge. More nodes are coming, actually. Integrations with other applications. We have partnership with Remix platform for NFTs, with Amaze File Manager, as I mentioned, and integration with other chains as we move. We created the partnership with U2U Network and Shardium to integrate with their users too, with their network too. Yeah, thank you. So if any questions, please let me know.
Thank you, Ehsan. Great presentation. I don't know if the investors have any questions they want to ask to the Functionland team and the founder.
Yeah, I got a few questions. Let me see. Maybe I'll start with I'll start with this one. You know, when it comes to like hardware, how much of when you're talking to investors, like how much pushback do you get on that side of things? I know, like, you know, for us, for example, you know, we hear hardware, we're kind of like, just because it creates this potential for bottleneck that you just don't have when it in software only. So, well, you know, to a certain extent. So, just curious to get, you know, your feedback from others on that one.
Yeah, hi Sam. Actually, actually a good question. Initially, we were getting a lot of pushback. Like a lot of investors were just, no, we don't invest in hardware. Now it's getting better because, you know, like first, DePIN is getting a hotter space. Second is our business model is not really like reliant on the hardware. So with the current hardwares that we have shipped already globally, we are able to grow. Like we don't really need more hardware. You can install our protocol on your laptop. Like you don't even need our hardware to join the network. We even have a Chrome extension that you can install in your Chrome. So it's you know, like it's very diverse ecosystem that we created. The hardware is just a plug and play solution. So, you know, like for those who don't want to run anything on their laptop, right? So it's not that our main revenue is not from the hardware. We are not relying on the hardware. So it makes it better for investors. But yeah, as you said, like a lot of investors, as soon as they hear hardware, they are a bit scared. And it's hard. Like for us, even, you know, like we shipped the first batch actually globally. It was a very hard thing, but we achieved it. We now have all the supply chains created for that.
Awesome. Okay. And it doesn't sound like it's like super complicated hardware. You're not trying to like, you know, buy NVIDIA chips or anything like that, right? It's pretty straightforward.
And one thing, yeah, for our hardware is actually we were initially relying on Raspberry Pi, and due to chip shortage, they couldn't provide us with enough Raspberry Pis. So what we did was we created our own hardware using a more common chip, Rockchip, which we can expand easily to 10,000 units a month without any bottleneck. So now we have, like, we own the design and everything ourselves, not relying on any third parties, basically.
Awesome. Okay. And then maybe just one last one, totally changing directions, and then also probably not something that's coming up a lot right now based on you know, the mood in crypto. But like, what is, you know, with all this infrastructure development that's happened and all the funding that people have just like, oh, I want to bet on infra, and no one, and people are hesitant to bet on apps, ourselves included. Like, you know, is the end game here that this stuff just gets super cheap, tokens, you know, get sold? Like, how do you create something that, like, you know, can withstand the idea of people get tokens as rewards? You know, maybe there's some you know, sinks for that, but like most people are just going to dump these things, right? Like at least in the early days. And then, or maybe even accelerating, depending how you look at things. But so you got that, and then the cost of storage, you know, because people like yourselves and other DePIN operators have all been like funded and all going to do that, is just going to drop meaningfully, so, which is awesome for the apps building on top, but maybe not super good for the infrastructure situation. So, you know, it's kind of like that flip flop. You know, we've seen that happen elsewhere, or, you know, throughout time. So just kind of curious to get, like, when you're building a business with that, maybe that risk hanging in the balance, how do you think about it?
Yeah, no, actually, great question. So on the first question, how are we creating an ecosystem that the token doesn't just get dumped? we initially, the initial backers that we got onboarded, they are not actually miners. We didn't reach out to miners. What we did was we did a crowdfunding on Indiegogo, which is a Web2 platform. We advertised around the utility. So we didn't say, come, you can earn like tokens using mining. We said you can replace your Google Cloud or App Store or iCloud using this hardware. So just plug it in, it becomes your home cloud instead of Apple. And that's how we onboarded these 900. So we advertise around utility, and that's what we are right now doing. Actually, if you check our community, they are very active. Like they like these are a community of like people who are there for the utility of it. And when we go live, we have two applications that people can use. So you earn tokens, but you can also cancel your Google subscription. Instead of like using Google Photos or Apple Photos, you can use our applications to replace your OneDrive, to replace your Photos apps. So you can use your tokens from the beginning, and that's what we are building, like a closed ecosystem. In terms of your second question, actually, I had it in mind, just slipped me. Can you just give me the hint on the second question you had?
Yeah, for sure. I just think like, there's been a ton of investment into infra, which is, good for sure. And, we've been doing that too. But then it's like, as the cost of like storage and in this case, storage and other services just drops, that's great for apps to build on it. Like but in the short term, that feels like a revenue headwind to the people who've built. So how do you feel about like, launching your company into a situation where you have that kind of lurking uncertainty?
Yeah, so there are two types of, like the drop in the storage. One is coming from the central servers, which are the dominant players right now in the market. So obviously these central servers, they will reduce their cost, but no matter how much they reduce, they can't actually compete with the decentralized storage, because the cost of running a Google server, just one Google server serving like millions of people, is much higher than running one of these. The electricity of this is, like less than $1 a month. It doesn't require any physical space. It sits on corner of my desk. No electricity, no cost, no firewalls. So it's like they can't really compete with decentralized storage. And as you said, in the decentralized storage itself, the cost is going to reduce. For us, like there are two types of revenue that we get from the protocol. When like from the storage, we get 10% of transactions that happen in the storage space. From the apps too. So we get 10% of transactions when someone uses an application, which means, like less storage means less price in the storage means more applications coming on board. So it balances out at the end, because we get both from storage and from applications revenue. And that's unique to our model. Like most decentralized storage providers, they only get revenue from the storage, but we created an ecosystem for applications too. So that's basically our edge in this space.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Sebastian, and thank you for the answers, Ersan. Great insights. I think we can have Velix after, and Norbert.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, buddy. How is it going?
Everything's fine. Please share your screen and you can start when you're ready.
Okay, a minute, sharing my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. And good morning, everyone. My name is Norbert, the co-founder of Velix, currently in Toronto, Canada, just relocated here with my co-founder. We've been building Velix for quite some time now, taking this opportunity to talk to VCs about it, get feedback, answer all questions, and potentially collaborate. Yeah, Velix. Velix is a liquid staking as a service protocol. We all know what's happening with liquid staking on layer 2s and new blockchain layer 1 solutions, which is not fully exploited because of the mechanism of computation. So we have some time now been building around liquid staking as a service for mainly the current layer 2s on EVM and on EVM, as well as new blockchains that uses different computation and programming languages. So the problem that we've identified so far is that there's friction in the market. Looking at the fact that more than 40 billion are currently staked on Ethereum, this is not reflecting on layer 2s because of their model and also new layer 1s, which are not fully exploited. There are some competitors that are trying to provide liquid staking as a service solutions, but they are providing suboptimal returns for stakers. And also there's limitation when it comes to multi-chain and interchain operability. There's user pain points, as we all know, when it comes to any DeFi application, the complexities in navigating. And so we have made it one of our hallmarks to make it very seamless for our users to operate on our platform. So the solution that we are providing is very simple. We have built a multi-chain liquid staking as a service protocol for layer 2s and new blockchains that are coming up. Now there are many blockchains that are coming up, each with their own proof of stake mechanisms, each with their own consensus mechanisms and different aspects. And the second solution that we are providing is to simplify their experience that they are having when it comes to staking and getting liquidity back, which is the liquid staking as a service. The market is relatively huge. Currently on Ethereum, about 35 billion are staked. On layer 2s, there are about 13 billion. Now the situation here is that this 13 billion is in staked ETH and other assets, not really the native token that are being staked. And the potential that we identified over the past 7 months is that new layer 2s and other novel layer 1s have started decentralizing their sequencer. And so just recently, StackNet ecosystem voted on revenue sharing. And so we've been working with StackNet, providing them with our solution later this year when they launch. We also passed the governance on Metis network because they also launched their sequencers where they share revenue. And so we also be live on Metis. It's needed about $2 million in votes to pass, and we passed. And so the potential here is with native token staking, and that is where we are capitalizing. We support simplified staking, maintain redeeming and on-staking with a unique focus on superior user interface and experience. We also have a unique reward system and point system for our users to balance between token holders and also protocol participants. Yeah, so our unique features, as I mentioned earlier on, there is no lockup when you stake. You can unstake anytime. We support multi-chain, and so you don't have to switch between apps trying to find LSD platforms for different ecosystems. On our unique platform, you can also stake your rewards that you've accumulated. And our newest development that we've been working on for some time now is our unique MEV capture. And so one thing we've identified is that we can capitalize on MEV to provide the best returns for our stakers. Our business model is quite simple. Every revenue that we generate for our stakers in terms of rewards and yield, we take 10% of that. And we are expected to yield a TVL of about 1 billion in TVL within the next 3 years, getting us around 60 million revenue in the next 3 years, which is very profitable looking at our business model. Yes, there are competitors. Even on the 2 networks currently that we have collaborated with on Metis, there are 2 others that are building, but they lack some of the unique features that we are coming with. They lack the MEV capture, they don't have any analytical tracking, and they don't support multi-chain as well. And 2 of these are also locking up people's liquidity, which is a very big pain point when it comes to user experience. Yeah, so we are making it unique and seamless and balanced between user experience and also participants of our protocol. Our marketing strategy here is simple. We collaborate with different networks, provide our protocol as a service, establish all the ecosystem partnerships that we have. And so currently the 2 networks that we are already about to deploy are firmly down with good partnerships. And also we have collaborated with Guild to have all our testnet activities run throughout the campaign period. We have achieved some milestones so far. We had our first testnet phase 2 months ago with more than 6,500 non-botted unique addresses participating, which was very seamless. About 200,000 transactions were generated. Our socials are organic, about 15,000 members. We have secured more than $50,000 in grants so far, collaborated with Metis and Stacknet to deploy on their platforms. Our roadmap, we are looking at launching on mainnet later this year and also expanding to other ecosystems and our TGE, token generation event early next year in Q1 of 2025. We have about 50% of our protocol tokenomics allocated to protocol incentives, which will take a minimum of 10 years to get depleted. And currently we are looking at giving out 7% of the allocation for $700,000. This is the seed round. And a cliff of about 6 months. And so we are ready to ship our products to the market later this year and early next year. The funds generated, of course, will be used to expand our development because we need to expand our team, work and complete our MEV infrastructure, optimize our yield, more partnerships, and expansion to different networks. Our team is quite experienced. Personally, I've worked in the industry for quite some time now. And my tech lead is in Philadelphia currently, working on Villix with about 6 other developers that we've been working with. Yeah, so this is Villix Protocol. We are ready to hear your feedback on what we've been building so far. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Norbert, for your pitch. Thanks a lot. Does any of our investors have any questions? Sebastian is very active. Maybe someone from 3X Capital, maybe Magix, Founders Head. Does any of our other investors have any specific questions for Velex? I see everyone is. Sebastian, do you have anything from your side? You probably have.
I mean, like I can always ask questions because I'm curious, I guess. But like, I don't know, like I wonder, like what about or how do you think about like the push and pull for, like, if I launch an L2, the last thing I want to do is decentralize my sequencer. I might want to talk about doing it and be like, oh hey, it's really important to get rid of this kind of stuff so that I can for the better of the economy, or for better of the blockchain economy. But ultimately, it's like to capture all that yourself is super profitable, right? And it's not like these guys are making a ton of money elsewise. So like how do you do you think, like, maybe this is more like philosophical, do you think that like social pressures will ramp up and up on these kind of things, or do people really care? They're just airdrop farming anyways. Like how do you think about that kind of thing, like over the next little while?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. That's an interesting one. So it has already started, right? Arbitrum has already passed their governance votes, and the staking would probably start later this year. Stacknet also passed their governance votes, and as I said, Metis already started. And so you see, Arbitrum currently have one of the biggest TVL when it comes to layer 2s. And if they've started, I'm pretty sure others will definitely follow. And so Arbitrum, Stacknet already passed, going out later this year. Metis already started. I am hoping other layer 2s and also new blockchains that we are working with. Not only on layer 2s, because we are also working with other novel blockchain layer 1s, modern, and other ecosystems that we are also working on.
Yeah. I guess we'll see how it goes. I guess like Base is kind of the elephant in the room. I'm not sure if they can where they're at regulatory wise on that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And I wonder, people can delay it, start it, but then kind of whatever else. But I think ultimately you're right. It'll have to go that way. And then our infrastructures that are able to like share that with the community is important. Maybe just one other one, like, because I read about this recently, but like. How do you think about some of these like innovations around like MEV capture and share, like that we've seen, like like Suave, or like some of these other like maybe like T's and approaches to things, like, well, like how does that sit within what you guys are trying to do?
Yeah, so I think MEV is not so new to the industry. So what we are doing now is to set up our own MEV validator node, because that is where we get the highest values when we are able to capture some of these profitable transactions and redistribute to our stakers. And so we are not using any of the fully established MEV infrastructures. We are building our own validator node, which will help us capture the highest values when it comes to rewards and redistributing to our stakers.
Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, let's proceed with GPT Wars and Tom.
Sounds good. Hey guys.
Hey Tom. Feel
Good to
free to
see.
share your screen.
Yeah. 1 second, guys. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Perfect. Well, let's start. So yeah, my name is Sam. I've been in the space for 5 years now. I started developing software for charities. Basically, we're trying to make more transparent the processing of social impact on the blockchain. Then I took some time off the market and I moved on to Web3 gaming. I've been really passionate about games since I was young. And in April this year, we founded GPT Wars. Basically, GPT Wars is the first AAA game on the Ton blockchain. As you guys probably know, Ton has been getting a lot of attention lately, and there's a lot of big community there, potentially being able to tap into 950 million users, which is the active users on Telegram. Just to make it quickly, we are a PC game. The story is basically there's only 1% of humanity remaining, and there's this fatal error in the robot's codes where basically it says that they have to eliminate humanity. In terms of where we are and what we're building, so we're a team of more than 28 people at this point. We merged companies with a traditional Web2 studio, and we have offices here in Argentina and in Panama. We are building our game using Unreal Engine 5.4, so the latest technology for gaming. We're also using Sequence to integrate our Web3 wallets, and everything has to do with infrastructure. You can already download the game on Hyperplay, which is a traditional Web3 launcher. It's going to also be available on pretty much any game avenue like Epic Games, Steam, Elixir Games as well. In terms of the chains, we are Ton native, of course, but we're also considering deploying on other EVM chains. For example, Base is really interesting, Ethereum as well. I did want to show this. I know we have little time, but I think it's worth you guys to see a bit about our work.
In the year 2040, a critical error in AI led to a global robotic uprising. Designed to protect us, now the robots choose eradication. Only 1% of humanity remains. We are the resistance, fighting back against the robotic forces. Our hope lies in accessing the master computer to correct the error and reclaim our world. The Resistance's mission is clear: infiltrate, survive, and restore balance. The stakes couldn't be higher. The future of humanity depends on you. On the Resistance, the final battle is coming.
Okay, that's pretty much it. Hope you liked it. While I show this gameplay, I think I can talk a bit about the game. So basically, the game is a survival game. You gotta survive different rounds to win. It's multiplayer, so you can play with your friends. I think what makes us unique is basically we're also deploying a mini app on Telegram, which is actually gonna be live pre-TG pretty soon as well. In that sense, I think that's a really big differentiator with other games and competing with us. We make it easy for users to access their account and their in-game assets easily on Telegram. So you can basically buy in-game assets within Telegram directly. So that means that you don't have to download the game for accessing all of those in-game assets. So that opens up the doors to potentially other users, which may not be gamers, to actually speculate on GPT wars and different things that you can do within our ecosystem. So that's pretty much it about the game. We can get into details about the go-to-market strategy. Basically, we've onboarded more than 800 KOLs at this point. Our support in social media, you can check it by yourself. It's been amazing. I think that is because of the Ton community, but as well our reach and the quality of the game. In terms of activations, we already have more than 10,000 people that signed up for downloading the game. We have more than 8,000 people that submitted their wallet for an upcoming free mint, which we're considering launching on really prominent NFT launchpads. And we're also going to be launching on tier 1 exchanges. And then, regarding our token, right? So there's this debate regarding how do you actually make money with Web3 games? And I think the answer is really simple. You need to be as close as a Web2 game as possible. So the way we make money, we monetize on the traditional ways. We do microtransactions such as Fortnite. We sell skins, for example. We sell upgradables for a weapon so you can survive more rounds. And a big portion of that profit is going to go directly towards buybacks of our token, which means that our token is actually deflationary. It's not inflationary, such as other economies like Axie Infinity, which worked really well in the past thanks to demand, but nowadays it doesn't really work. So we're looking towards a much more sustainable token economy as opposed to traditional inflationary mechanics that we see in play-to-earn games. In terms of our raise, we're raising 2.8 million. We already filled our seed round. We are raising our private round. Our KOL and public rounds are committed at this point. And we're launching at really juicy valuations, I think. I don't know what you guys think. But it's really low. We are launching at a 5 million valuation for our public, and we're currently raising at 3.5 million, which I think is really reasonable considering lots of projects are launching with high FTPs nowadays. In terms of our team, so like I said, we're more than 28 people. We've been in the Web2 and Web3 space, so we have people from exchanges, traditional companies like Microsoft, AWS for Amazon, and myself. And then in terms of our advisors, we have pretty much advisors from everywhere. We have founders, investors, game experts, KOLs advising us, and we have the best. So I think that's pretty much it. I hope I didn't extend too much on the pitch.
Thank you, Tom. No, perfect. You were straight on time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So I hope our investors have any questions. Also, if you have any tips or feedback for our founders, that would be also very useful. And I wanted to point out that Tom also mentioned about his valuation, which is 5 million on the public round. So very juicy valuation on the lower end at this market. So that's a perfect opportunity for investors, and anyone who's getting involved.
Yeah.
So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourselves. Otherwise, we can proceed with the last project. Also, what I want to mention is that we will share deal flow across our whole VC network. So any kind of introductions that occur after our call or any questions that investors have after the call, we can provide them to the founders. And perfect. Okay, so I don't see any questions right now, so we can move to our last but not least, Memes Lab and Vova.
Hey guys, nice to
Hey,
be here.
Vova.
To be honest with you, super bullish on GPT Wars and Tom as a founder. I've seen this project and we've been on a couple of calls, so super bullish on that project. But now about us. But just I'm the CEO and the founder for 7 years. I've started with traditional IT. I've done my first exit in 2018. It was an educational technology startup. We had 250,000 students learning on our platform, and it was a multi-million-dollar exit. Then I moved to Dubai, started educating myself on crypto side of things, and then I started build in crypto. In terms of crypto startups, you may have heard about my first startup that is called Easy. It's one of the most discussed launchpads nowadays, with a very big audience all around the planet, Asian part of the world, Turkey, Latin America, CIS region. We raised $4.5 million investment from Animoca brand, 7X Ventures, Maven Capital, 180 top tier KOLs. And when everybody was doing 5X, 6X on the market in April this year, we've done 15X on Bybit, KuCoin, and we've done $65 million total traded volume in just 1 day, which made it a record in March, April, May, and June. Now I'm on the board of directors of Easy. They are just developing as a launchpad for the public raises and an incubation services. So they are just launching different projects with ChainGPT, Ape Terminal, CDFI, constantly closing public rounds. And I got in touch with Ton Foundation and got super excited to build on Ton. That's why we are building a new project called Memes Lab. Memes Lab is a complex meme infrastructure, and I'm going to show you the basically how it looks like. It's basically an application where you can launch your meme coin. You can trade your meme coin, you can buy, you can sell, you can just swap, you can check the market sentiment. You have the meme market, you have the wallet where you can receive, send, swap, check your meme coin portfolio. And as well, we've seen a big problem in the market that people can't market those meme coins properly. So we've done an in-app Blast platform. That's basically a possibility for users to kickstart their meme coin narrative as fast as possible. So basically, our logic lays in one aspect. Telegram has a lot of users. Ton is getting more and more users each day. For big projects like Hamster Combat, Catizen, and different other ones will supply liquidity to retail. Basically the liquidity of retail, first place where it comes to meme coins. So basically, in order to be successful in the market, you need not to sell the fish, but to sell the instrument with which you want to catch that fish. That's why we are doing the meme coin infrastructure all in one application in Telegram, in the, let's say, right in your hand. We've started go-to-market strategy just 2 weeks ago. We have 5 million users in app, 3.5 million community members, 800,000 wallets connected in less than a week. Actually, we've already successfully raised our first round, seed round, $500,000 in May. We are nearly oversubscribed for the private round that we are raising, and this is the final round. We are backed by New Tribe Capital, Neo Tokyo, Adriana Ventures, Meme5 Ventures, several big angels, and basically we are in discussion with top tier VCs as well. So we have at the moment only 250,000 left in the round. We are confirmed to launch the token on centralized exchanges in the end of October. We are confirmed by the most of exchanges. We have super skillful and powerful partners, and we are just on the way to become the all-in-one super app for everything to do with meme coins on Ton ecosystem. That's it.
Thank you, Vova, for the presentation and the latest endeavor that you have with Memes Lab. So actually, I have a question from my side. Is your platform ready, deployed?
Yes, our platform is ready deployed and ready to go live on 5th of October.
Okay, I see. And yeah, I mean, great synergies with Tom as well and GPT Wars, both building on the Ton ecosystem, which has been very vibrant as of lately and gaining a lot of momentum in the Web3 world. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions from your side, feel free to unmute yourselves. I see that none of our investors have any questions. So I think we can conclude today's session, I want to point out again one last thing, that we will share the deal flow, and we will get in touch with everyone after the session. And yeah, I mean, a nice diversified, let's say, group today, a lot of different verticals. Investors had the chance to see different segments. So yeah, I mean, it's talk soon, not a goodbye, as I will be communicating with everyone on Telegram. So thank you very much for everyone that attended today, and yeah, take care, guys.
Thank
Have
you
a great
so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
talk soon.
Thank
Bye.
you very much.
bye.
Bye.